Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to another episode of MVC ASP.NET Core series. In our last video, we created this student list and we were able to display it successfully using the Bootstrap class. In this video, we are going to implement a simple project, a student management system using all the concepts that we have learned until now. So our tasks will be to create a student model using ID, name, age, department, CGPA, and the fee, which we have already done. We have to add this fee property only. In the controller, we have to create a list of students manually. We did it already in our previous video. So this was our list. Then we have to implement the following actions. So students list page. So we will see this. We haven't discussed about this kind of URL, the parameter. So we'll discuss this in this video as well. And we have already displayed this list in the previous video, this one. So we'll modify it, and there we have to implement some logic along with the display. So it says that if department is provided, show only students from that department. So basically it says if I provide the department over here as a parameter in the URL, only the students of that department will be shown. And in the list view it says display students using for each. We'll do that. Each student name should link to, okay. So we'll create a profile using this table data, so we can redirect from here to this specific student profile, where we will show that there are some conditions that if CGPA is more than 3.5, we have to display excellent, etc. So we'll implement these conditions on the logic. So it also says to display total student count at the bottom. We'll do that as well. In the student profile page, so this is the URL for the student profile page. So we'll accept ID as route parameter, find the matching student from the list, and we'll pass it to the view. So we'll do that as well. In the profile view, student details, and these are the logics that are to be applied in the profile. So what are the concepts that we're going to practice in this project is routing parameters, the optional route parameters, this one, like this is the one, the optional route parameters. We'll discuss about it. Model binding concept, the controller side filtering, we filter the values based on the semester the parameter values passed in the URL. So we'll see the for each loop, razor if else condition formatting, and control to view data. So let's get started and let's create our model. We have already created a model before. Now we'll just have to see this ID, name, age. We already have that, the department, CGPA, and fee. So we have the semester. Okay, we can keep the semester instead of department. So we'll keep the semester instead of department, and we'll work along with it. Next we have, I'll just remove this one. So we already have created the list of student using some random variables and random data. We'll pass this list to this index.cshtml file. So it says in the controller the list, we can update it with index as we have already done it before. So we'll keep it like that. And okay, so this is okay until now. Now we have to apply the logic, it says, and a few more adjustments. So if semester is provided, we'll only show students from that semester only, and there are a few more logics. So let's just implement the semester one first. So in this we are able to view the data like that. Now if I pass some parameter over here, so I should be only able to view the semester according to that data only. So if I put 10 over here as parameter, only the students who have semester 10 should be shown over here. So this is what we are gonna do right now, and for that we have to pass a id. This is the parameters. So if we want to pass some parameter index, so if we want to pass any kind of parameter over here, in the URL we have to put the parameter over here as well. So this should always be id. This should always be id to access. So access this parameter, this one should always be id, because we have declared this in the pattern as id. So if we name it something else over here, we can use that same word here. So remember that this one, this name, and this one, this should be always same. So we can define the type here as well if we want, but we're not doing it here right now. So this is optional. Like if you provide id or not, that doesn't matter. If you provide the id, it will be passing the parameter. If you don't, still it will work. So in our case, if we get the parameter, the semester, so in our case it will be semester. So if we get the semester, we'll show the data only for that semester. So here we are passing the whole data. Now we'll apply some logic which will filter the data based upon the semester. So I'll just break it down, and let's say filter data. So we'll create another list. This is the student as well, and so we'll check if the id that is provided in here is it equal is not equal 0. So by default, if no id is provided, this id will be 0. So this is by default. So if any parameter is not provided, this id will be by default 0. Now if anyone provides any parameter like semester 1, 2, 3, 4 or anything, the data will check that if it is not 0, then we'll filter the data. So we'll run a loop for each inside. So you can name it student in data. So we'll filter here if student dot semester is equal id, then we will add this student in our filter data. Now my filtered data will only consist of the students which have the semester equal to the parameter that was passed in the URL. Now we can return the filtered data over here. So if now I pass a parameter in my URL, I'll be only able to see the students with that specific semester. And if I don't pass anything at all, I'll see all the students. So I'll quickly run our project again. This here, we can see we pass the parameter 10 over here, and only the students with the semester 10 is visible. If I change it to 5, only the students with semester number 5 is visible over here. If I don't put anything at all, we are getting all the 10 student list. So if I put 11, that's right. So our range was till 12, if I remember correctly. So if I put anything greater than that, you can see there is no list over here. Now, so this is implemented. This logic we have already done. Now it says each student name should link to a student profile. So in here, if I get back to our original list, in here, if we can link each student to another URL, which will show this student's profile. We'll do it, and before that display will just display the total student count at the bottom. So in this page we can display the total student count. So for that, what we can do is, so here we can use model dot count method to find out the number of items in our model. So if we run our project again, we will be able to see. So this is the student count. So we can also add the text over here, total student. Now run it again. No. Here it goes. This is the total student count. So even if we change here, so the total student count, it says 5. So there are 5 students with semester number 11. Now this part is done. Next we'll implement this student profile ID. So for that we have to create another action, which we'll write over here. So this was our public action method. Now we'll write another method, I action result. It was our profile. We'll also have a parameter. We'll return a view. Okay. So what we'll do inside our profile page, it says that display student. Okay, each student name should link to a student profile. So each student name should link to a student profile, and we have to apply some major conditions, like if CGPA is greater than or equal to 3.5, display excellent, else display average. If fee is greater than 500, display fee in red color. And okay, maybe we haven't created the fee variable yet, so okay, we can pick up property name public and keep it as integer fee. Okay. So we have our fee over here, and we can also add the fee in our controller as well. So here fee is variable is going to be random number. Next integer. So I'll keep the fee from between 20,000 to 1 lakh, and we should have to update our view as well. So let's keep it here as fee, and the table data we can add the fee here as well. So this is done. Let's check if it is working or not. Yeah, so our fee is added over here. So we took a random number, we can further optimize it, but as of now, just let's keep it the way it is. Next we will, so we have to link this student to another page, which is which will show the details of all of this. So first let's take another column over here, blank. So redirect. So for each data we'll take a link which is going to be the profile, and we can pass the ID here as well. So we'll redirect to a page which is called ID, which is called profile, and we'll pass the ID as a parameter. Now if I run this again, I can get view details. I'll just quickly run it again. Run. Yes. So you can see is our redirect column, but our data is not yet visible as here in the view details. So it's wrong. So we didn't added any t. Now we can provide a class here as well. Class button primary. So we can add some bootstrap class to make it look better. So here you can see our view details. If we click this, we should redirect to another page which we haven't worked yet. We will work on it and then we will redirect to that page. So this is our basic structure that we have already come upon. Next, we'll redirect to the profile where we will have the and where we will pass the ID as parameter. Now if I come to our controller, this is our profile. We'll map this view with the profile. So in our we have in our student view, we have to create a profile.cs HTML. Now student details. So this is mapped here. Now if I run the project again, it's not started yet. Okay, so if I we are successfully redirecting to the page student details. Next we will write our profile. So here we will pass the data into the in our view as well. So you're getting the student ID will form our data again using the same logic that we did for this. So quickly copy it and use it here. So we don't need this list, we don't need this loop. We'll create a student which is student equals to this new student. So this one should be ID, and the rest will keep the same. Now so we have got our desired student based upon this ID. So as we are using random data, it will be random, but in future when we will start working with databases, we'll start fetching the original data and start showing them. So let's pass the student. Now this is student data is mapped here with this profile.cs HTML file, and we can access this student data over here. So for that, let's write the we have name, ID, CGPA, age, and semester and fee. So we can show the name using the model. So this time we are not passing any list, we are directly passing an object. So our model here will be an object and we can access its variable using the dot operator. So name, we have the id, model id, then we have the CGPA. So there are some logics that we have to apply. We'll look after them. We'll see them after this. So this is CGPA. Then we have the age, semester, and fee. So age is model.age. We have semester, model.semester, and the fees. So model.fees. Now we can run our project again and check if everything is working. We have to apply this logics as well. So apply razor conditions, we have to apply this in our table, that the list table we have got. Then we'll apply the logics for this inside the view, this logics inside the view. So view details, so you can see the student details, student name equals 0, id equals 0. So there is a problem with the id. Now if we look here, that when we're using as a string, so we can pass this as a string, and let's see the let's say our controller, the student controller. So here we are expecting our id as the integer, but we are passing the id as string. So if we go over there, we can see it's a string, but we're passing, we declare that our parameter will be integer. So we'll change it to string, and let's rerun our project again. So now if we reload and let's see, so now you can see the id. So this is a bit repetitive because the way we are writing it, so it is accepting the string from the URL, and if we change this to only id, and we can update this as well. So as of now, I'll just keep it the way it is, and it is working quite fine over here. Now we will work with the logic. So first of all, we have to apply these logics inside our table. So it says if CGPA is greater or equal to 3.5, we should display excellent, else we should display average, and if fee is greater than 500, display fee in red color. So first we'll implement this one. If fee is greater than 50,000, we'll display it in red color. So in index.cshtml, here we are taking the fee. Now you can apply logic over here. If the item dot fee is greater than 50,000, use the span and use the item fee. So we'll use a class red text red. Okay, so bootstrap class, I don't remember, we can use the style, which is color is red. So now if the fee is greater than 5,000, it will be shown in red color. So there was another logic that if our CGPA is greater than 3.5, we should display excellent, otherwise display average. So for that we have to take another column. So let's take another table head over here and name it razor check. So it's just after the fees and before the, so here we can write the logic again for the CGPA. So if our CGPA is item dot CGPA is greater or equal 3.5, we should show excellent, otherwise will show average. It's redone. So let's reload. Student does not a contribution table. Okay, so I have misspelled the fee, so it should be the letter fee. Now let's reload. Student's condition, the definition of student fee. Wow. Have I used fee anywhere else? Okay, so there is another fee. Now we can see that the fees which are greater than 50,000 is marked in red. However, we are not able to see this fee because we haven't written the logic for this one. The result check is working fine. So if CGPA is less than 3.5, it should be average. If it is greater than 3.5, it should be excellent. So we can update the logic for this one. So we haven't written the else condition. So I'll just copy paste it. So we won't show it in color red. This only the fee. So for this span, the excellent, we can show this in color green. So we run our project again. So it's working completely fine. Next, we will